OECD, to me, is the world's most relevant policy research organization that actually is such a guidepost in many ways and should be followed, even more closely than it already is by decision makers and by researchers around the world. I know that we're all very, very keenly focused on this topic about the future of our economic geography in light of a wide range of disruptive forces, whether it is COVID or whether it is globalization and economic competition, and of course, demographics. There is change happening, and it's not just at the margins. It is in very significant countries like Canada, like Germany, like Japan, happening to some extent in Russia. Eastern European countries may change as they face this depopulation, the fiscal pressures resulting from depopulation. And of course, American policy, let's remember, has turned around 180 degrees again. Similarly, if you are a country that is facing this very significant dependency ratio and depopulation and brain drain and the fiscal stress, and you are realizing that all of my smart young people are going to Canada or to Germany or to England or wherever, there will be policy changes, and countries will realize that they need to take the steps, whether it is like Canada or other countries. And you could actually have a very important positive policy spillover effect.
I couldn't help but noticing the title that you use, which is subtitled "Winning the War for Young Talent." And you use the word war, which implies that one place's win is another place's loss. And the winners seem inevitably not everywhere to be the large cities. So the question is, first, what is the future for, let's say, medium-sized cities, more remote regions, rural areas? And how can these areas that in principle should be losers replicate the city living conditions so that they can not just retain but also attract some talent?
People say the city has lost because they see that there has been an outflow of people from New York City and from San Francisco over the last 10 years, owing largely to the high cost of living and the high taxes levied on wage earners in those states, the state of New York and the state of California. But that doesn't mean that the city has lost. And that's a complete misunderstanding of the notion of the city. Cities are always in competition with each other for talent. Fortunately, irrespective of the penetration of technology into our economy, it's as much a matter of wages as about technology. And if we were to pay people the appropriate wages for the work that they could be doing in the services economy, more people would gravitate and could be trained, of course, as well into those sectors before, during, and even after automation advances across the economy. More human-centric, if you will, policy initiatives would help us to alleviate today and tomorrow.